What the fuck did I just watch? What the fuck? Alright, I just finished episode 2 of The Idol, literally just 1 minute ago. There is no lighting, it's already dark outside. I don't have like a fancier ring light, so the lighting's awful, but I have so much going on in my brain right now. I don't care about the lighting. I just want to talk about what the fuck I just watched. Bro, okay. Major spoilers alert. If you haven't seen the episode, go watch it first, or if you don't want to watch it, then don't. And go listen to me talk about it. That was a lot. I cannot describe how uncomfortable this episode made me feel. Well, I can describe, and I will, in fact, describe it to you. I'm literally here with a blanket around me. It's almost 8 p.m. But I just watched it, so it's fresh in my memory, so I need to talk about it now. So the episode starts off with Jocelyn telling her team that she found her new sound. So, what I said in the last video, you know, the ending of the first episode was very weird with The Weeknd choking Jocelyn with her robe. And I thought it was some kind of kinky sex thing, but it was in fact to find her new sound. And then she showed her team the new version of the song she made. But this version was more her. And first we just hear the recording, which is a lot of like sexual, like, what's it called, like breathing and whatever. It sounds very weird, like it doesn't sound good at all, but in her head apparently it does sound good. But then there's this one scene where it like jumps over to when she recorded it and she was being choked by the rope. And it was so extremely disturbing. I don't know what happened, but it made me feel sick. It was very disturbing. I'll insert a clip here right now of me watching that. That was fucking disturbing. Oh my god. It made me feel so uncomfortable. I don't know, like the music got really loud and it didn't sound good to me. It sounded almost like demonic. Like I don't want to be extra about it, but it made me feel extremely uncomfortable. So I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was creepy as fuck. It was very disturbing. And that was her new sound. Well, girl, sorry, Jocelyn, I have to agree with your team. That was awful. It was creepy, it was disturbing, and it was not good. I feel like the whole, well, her team was kind of like bitching on her. Well, at least the lady. I'm just gonna tell this now. I'm gonna forget every single name of the show. I only remember Jocelyn and yeah, that's about it. I only remember Jocelyn. The rest is not really important, so I'm just gonna describe the people I'm talking about. That old lady, the one that's Jocelyn's manager, I think. She was giving Jocelyn a hard time and basically telling her straight, like, you're not changing this. Like, I don't care if you're an artist. Like, we're doing this way. Honestly, I feel like this show is trying to show us how the music industry works and that the music industry is very harsh on their artists. But also I kind of understand the music industry part because Jocelyn is a really fucked up soul. She lost her mom. She's obviously addicted to, I don't know, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes for sure, but like she's not well. So I get that her team thinks like, oh, Jocelyn is going through another phase and she's just crazy right now, and like, yeah, you just redid your whole song in one night, even though we're supposed to release it this Friday. Fuck that, we're not going to do that. So I kind of understand the music industry side of the story, but also I felt bad for Jocelyn a little bit because I have the same thing that she does. Like, I go through phases where I'm like, no, this is who I am now, and like, this is what we're gonna do, and I change everything. And you cannot expect other people to like keep up with you like that and be like totally okay with it, especially if you do this a lot. You go through different phases a lot, and then expect everyone, especially your team if you're an artist, to just agree with that and just go with the flow. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. This is business. So I kind of understand the music industry part, but I also kind of understand Jocelyn's part, where she thinks like, yo, my team is mean and fuck them. Also, what I did find a little bit weird is that the team was acting like they worked extremely hard on this single. Like the old lady, her manager, was being a bitch to Jocelyn and be like, yeah, we worked so hard on this and we flew you around the world and we made this masterpiece. Like, masterpiece? This is a mediocre pop song. Like, I'm just a thing. Girl, that's not a masterpiece. Like, they were acting like they made like a Michael Jackson song. Like, call me your titties, lady. Like, this is not that big of a deal. It's just a single. But again, I'm not in the music industry. Maybe it really was hard to make. I'm not sure, but I was just like, why are you so anal about this? This is really not that special, but okay. The clothing in this episode, it gave euphoria again. The crop tops, the little outfits for her music shoot video, and the makeup that Jocelyn wore for her music video was extremely euphoria. Talking about the music video shoot, that again was very disturbing to me. So basically they were shooting the music video for her amazing hit song, whatever. It's just like a shitty song, but whatever. They shot the music video and she was kind of going crazy. She had a mental breakdown. She wanted to reshoot everything to make it look perfect, even though her team was like, no, we got it. We don't care. This is just money. Like, pack it up and go. Like, we're just trying to get done with this. But she wanted to reshoot it the entire time. And the filming of these scenes were very chaotic. Like, there were short shots of her panicking and doing the dance and bleeding feet, and like her team saying no, she's saying yes, we have to do this, and very panicky. And it made me feel really uncomfortable. Like, I could feel her stress through the screen. If you have anxiety or overthinking, you probably understand the feeling I'm talking about. Just, I could feel the panic, her panic through the screen. Like, it made me feel very uncomfortable. The way they shot the film was very good. Like, shout out to the director and the film crew. Made me feel very uncomfortable. I could feel her panic. And it was not really fun to watch, to be honest. She had a complete mental breakdown. Her feet were bleeding. Apparently she had cuts on her thigh. I don't know if those cuts on her thigh had anything to do with the scene where she put a glass of ice between her legs. Because I don't remember the glass breaking in that scene, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened, nor do I care. No, but that scene was very disturbing. And then something happened. Little Miss Jenny, our favorite girl, I don't remember her name either in the show, so I'm just gonna call her Jenny. I think everyone knows who Jenny is. She is a good dancer, and the manager, the old lady that was giving Jocelyn a hard time about the new music, noticed that too, and she called Jenny over and was like, hey, do you sing? And I already knew when she asked that. I was like, oh, you want her, huh? Like, the girl you were working with is having a mental breakdown and she's being a wreck, and just when she needs her team the most, you're gonna drop her and get someone new and fresh and who looks better. It's like, oh, I finally get what this series is about. It's about how fucked up the music industry is. So I already kind of knew what was going to happen, and I was right, because later, after her whole mental breakdown scene, we saw that the old lady, that's probably Jocelyn's manager, wanted to sign Jenny. So, first of all, that's kind of fucked up from Jenny. It's kind of fucked up from the manager of Jocelyn. So it turns out that Jenny is kind of the bad guy here. I didn't expect that, because last episode she was really nice to Jocelyn, almost looked like she was in love with Jocelyn, but apparently she's a bitch who's trying to steal the shine, or if you look at it the other way, who got an amazing opportunity and who has her shit together. And it seems unfair because we're watching the show from Jocelyn's point of view, kind of, and we see that she's struggling, but the team still needs to make money, still runs a business, so they'll most likely just drop her even if she's at her lowest point, just to get someone new like Jenny. It's kind of fucked up, but that's also how business works, I guess. After they shot the music video, we got another scene, and this was at The Weeknd's house. Again, I don't remember his fucking character's name, nor do I care. Very weird scene. The black guy that was flirting with Lexi is Jocelyn's assistant. Also, I don't know her name in the show either. I keep forgetting. But she gives up Lexi from Euphoria energy, so I'm gonna call her Lexi. I think you guys know who I mean. So the black guy that was flirting in the club with Lexi last episode, that black guy was with The Weeknd in, I think, his studio or his house, and he was kind of dry humping the air or something, like making sexy moves while he was being electrocuted by The Weeknd. The Weeknd had this machine in his hand, and if you press the button, the other person would be electrocuted. Electrocuted would get an electric shock, basically. A very weird scene. I don't know what was going on, but apparently it kind of looked like The Weeknd was training a dog, but instead of training a dog, he was training a future star. Because he said in the scene, remember, you're not a human, you're a star. So it looked like kind of a hardcore version of Dance Moms, like, we're making these kids stars, but we're using pain to do it, and we're gonna break people mentally to make them stars. Like, I feel like that's kind of the point of this show or something. Not sure, but that's kind of what I got of it. It was very weird, again, very disturbing. And then we see a shot of Jocelyn calling The Weeknd again, because apparently she keeps calling him, asking him to like hang out, even though it's kind of clear he doesn't want her. And then we see what The Weeknd is doing. First of all, he's lying to her, saying like, oh no, I'm alone. He's not alone. He's with a bunch of people. And Jenny is with him, and Jenny says to The Weeknd, she better fuck than me. So not only is Jenny trying to take Jocelyn's spot, or she's not taking it, she's getting Jocelyn's spot because she has her shit together and she's not, you know, being weird. But apparently she's also fucking Jocelyn's man. So yeah, that was interesting. So apparently The Weeknd and Jenny are both the bad guys here. But The Weeknd was still like, no, I'll come over to you. I'll come over to your house. And he brings his friend, the black friend that was flirting with Lexi, and another girl. Oh, I remember her name, Chloe. And Chloe is clearly on drugs. She's not sober. She's not acting sober. She's acting kind of weird-ish. And the vibes I got from The Weeknd is that he's a poyer. Not a poyer, what's the English word? A pimp. It kind of looks like he's like a lover boy who has like multiple girls and guys working for him. But instead of them doing sex work for him, they're doing artist work for him. So I feel like The Weeknd is like mentally and physically abusing people to become stars. So he's basically a pimp, which is not for sex work, but for being a star. It's kind of weird, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting now from it. So they all went over to Jocelyn's house, and the black guy goes over to Lexi to flirt, and The Weeknd goes over to Jocelyn to flirt, and Chloe is just running around naked, being on hella drugs. I don't know what she's on, probably ecstasy or something. But she can play piano, and apparently she can sing too, because at the end of the episode she starts playing the piano and starts singing, and she's really good. So that's when my theory kind of got logical, because the black guy was a singer, that's what he said to Lexi. Chloe is a singer and can play piano, and Jocelyn is also a singer, and Jenny is also a singer and a dancer. So he has a thing for stars or potential stars. So I think that's kind of his thing. He's like a star pimp, I think. But not in a good way. He's still creepy and rapey, like Lexi said in the first episode. So I feel so bad that I don't know any of the people's names. That's bad. The black guy, he had blonde hair, like bleached blonde hair. And it reminded me of that movie where, that movie with Alexa Demi, Waves, that's what it's called. And the main characters were Alexa Demi and this black guy with also bleached blonde hair. So maybe there was like a reference there, or it was just a coincidence. I don't know, but that's what it made me think of. It was like, hey, I remember this look from somewhere, like the bleached hair. It looked good, like he was hot, don't get me wrong, he was very hot. Yeah, there was also a very weird, was it a sex scene? It was definitely a scene where The Weeknd and Jocelyn were kind of foreplaying, but it was only talk, because The Weeknd was like 3 meters away from the bed where Jocelyn was on, blindfolded, and he was just, you just have to watch the scene yourself. I'm not going to repeat what he said because I felt like I was watching a porno. It was extremely uncomfortable to watch. He was just dirty talking to her, what he was gonna do to her. I feel like they were sexting, but then in real life, while she was doing positions on the bed with her clothes on, without a man, even though the man she wanted to have sex with was 5 foot away from her. I'm not sure what was happening. It was very weird. Don't watch this shit with your parents, because you will. The scene takes way too long. Like, it's not like a 3-second sex scene that you can just close your eyes and wait for it to be over. No, like, it takes uncomfortably long for the scene to pass. So, very weird. Like, The Weeknd, honey. It was very uncomfortable, but also kind of funny. I did not find it hot at all. I don't know, like, hearing The Weeknd say that shit, especially with his haircut, it was just not erotic at all. It just made me laugh, but the whole time my face was just like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what is this? And the episode ends with the scene of Chloe playing piano and singing and Jocelyn hearing that shit. And they all come downstairs, also Lexi and the black guy and The Weeknd and Jocelyn. They all stand around the piano and they all start singing together. Well, except for Lexi and The Weeknd, because they're not singers. Talking about The Weeknd, I also found it very cringy, actually, that they played The Weeknd's music while he was on screen. I am very pro play the actor's music, but it's very uncomfortable if it's so obvious that it's a The Weeknd song when The Weeknd is on screen playing. I don't know, like, it didn't, to me, that didn't really make sense. It was kind of like self-promotion. Like, they could have played one of his songs like in the rest of the episode when he was not on screen. Like, them together kind of took away from the episode, kind of took away from the scene where he was in. I don't know, like, kind of like promotion going wrong, but that's just my opinion. But the scene ended in them singing around the piano, and a little bit before that, The Weeknd said, I should probably move in with you. And I was like, girl, no. But she said, okay. So I was like, all right, do whatever the fuck you want, I guess. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna be pimped out. You're gonna be, like, abused mentally and physically to be a better star, I guess. That's the point. Where you're gonna be mentally fucked, and the people around you are gonna be better than you. Jenny is better than you. Chloe was probably better than you. The black guy was a good singer. He's probably better than you. And they've been probably abused by The Weeknd for longer, so it's gonna be hard for you. So I'm very curious what's gonna happen in the next episode, because this was not what I expected at all. I thought it was gonna be like a show that was about nothing. That's what I said about the first episode. I didn't really get the storyline. I was like, where the fuck is this going? Maybe it's not gonna be about anything. Maybe it's not gonna have a storyline. But this is the last thing I would have expected. It was a little weird, a little different, a little special. I just did not expect it, but it was a good surprise, I guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna say it's boring, because it's far from boring. I just want to know what's gonna happen next. And I want to know if my theory is right, that The Weeknd is kind of a pimp who mentally, physically abuses stars to make them even bigger stars, or is this all metaphor for the music industry, or like the Illuminati, or a metaphor for LA, what LA does to people? Like, I'm not sure, but I want to know if it has a deeper meaning, or if it's just plain up weird. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you guys thought of the second episode, if you guys thought it was good, bad, weird, if you agree with my theory. Do you think The Weeknd is a pimp, or do you think it's about something else? Like, let me know. Did you find the scenes disturbing just like me? Did you feel uncomfortable most of the time? Like, let me know what you think, because I'm kind of excited for the next episode. Like, I want to know what the fuck is happening. This is weird. This is not what I expected at all. So I guess congrats to the directors. Like, you surprised me, so that's good. Yeah, I'm excited for next week Sunday. I will make a new video, hopefully with better lighting. I just didn't want to wait until tomorrow to film a reaction, because everything is so fresh right now in my mind still. Like, I needed to film this right now, but we'll see next week. Also, if the show only has 4 episodes, they're gonna have to tell a lot of the story in only 2 episodes left, but who knows, maybe it's not 4 episodes. We don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop talking right now. let you guys type your comments or whatever, and I'll see you guys next week.